of weed grass killer, but I was hiking the butte every day, and every day I was seeing a different guy in a public uniform spraying poison. And if you drive downtown, you drive around the butte, all of the little trees downtown, when I was hanging flyers for this event, they were spraying some form of Roundup pesticide around to keep the weeds and the grass away from those trees. When I was driving home from the butte, they were spraying along the sidewalks. Okay, these women are walking their kids up the butte. They're walking back down the sidewalk, in front of the bowling alley. There's no sign out there that says this was freshly sprayed with toxic, neurochemicals. There's no sign downtown when people are walking their dogs and their kids that say we just sprayed toxic crap all around these trees. We literally have all the stuff that we're being exposed to, and they don't even have to tell us. And I think it's our turn to say, hey, to the city, we don't want this stuff. We don't care about weeds, or maybe we'll spray them with vinegar, or maybe we can get the inmates out there pulling grass. I mean, gosh, how many people do we have in jail that owe something to society, who owe this community, whether they're tweakers who are ripping people off or vandalizing or whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons why people are in jail. Get them out there pulling weeds, and then we don't have to spray this toxic stuff that ends up in our river, where we send our kids to float, where tourists come to fly fish and to float the river. It's just incredible to me that a community that is so health conscious and so active can just say, oh, well, it doesn't matter. We've got these how many golf courses that are spraying all this toxic crap so we can have perfect green grass with no weeds, so that all these people can spend exponential amounts of money to be part of this club that is poisoning our streams. It's incredible.
What baffles me is the fact that just on the front end of it, like in California, the strawberry fields, the quick simple test is you see the signs, you see pictures that say, danger, poison, where they've sprayed the strawberry fields, and people seem to understand that. They may not put two and two together that that's Monsanto or whatever the case may be, but then they go down the street, go to the grocery store, and they're buying their fresh, the fresh picked strawberries. Well, there are people that are out there picking those strawberries, and more often than not, you don't see them in any type of protective gear, the people that are picking the strawberries. And as we've already discussed, your produce doesn't get washed before it goes to the market. So you're purchasing the produce that not 100 feet, 100 miles down the road where there are signs that said danger, poison. So it's connecting that link. It's educating people, and it's also taking a stand against the fact that, if you need a protective suit to spray this stuff, you probably shouldn't be eating what you're spraying it.
Despite their modern-day emphasis on agriculture, Monsanto did not even create an agriculture division within the company until 1960. It soon began churning out new pesticides, each colorfully named under a rugged Western theme. Lasso, Roundup, Warren, Lariat, Bullet, Harness, etc.
And before we run out of time, I want to bring some attention to the bees, guys. The bees are dying. The bees are disappearing. Awesome documentary on Netflix. I don't remember what it's called. Something about where did the bees go. It seriously changed my life. I had no idea that the bees were disappearing, and they can't even find them. They're not even finding dead bees. These bees are having neurological breakdowns. What happens is when they are feeding off these genetically modified plants, that Roundup Ready something or other has affected the pollen. And so they're eating this pollen, they're making honey with this pollen, they're covered in this pollen, and it's actually making them confused. Instinctually, they do this stuff very orderly. Well, now they're confused. They're confused, and they're doing things chaotically, and there's no rhyme or reason, and they're disappearing, they're abandoning their hives. And I snooped it, and I wasn't able to find out if this was Einstein, but Einstein supposedly said that if we lost our bee population within 4 years, we would lose our food supply. There's still some stuff that will grow that doesn't have to be pollinated by bees. But for the most part, most of the things that you're buying in the grocery store, most of the things that you are feeding your family does. It does require that pollination. And so not only are you standing up for this cause because it's right, but you're also thinking about your kids down the line, and is there going to be any food left for them?
Research has shown that Monsanto's genetically modified foods can lead to serious health conditions, such as the development of cancer, tumors, infertility, and birth defects. Monsanto's GMO seeds are harmful to the environment.
It doesn't require that pollination.
I think it goes back to being a steward. Is kind of also what I think Robbie's getting at too. And part of this march is our way to inform people that we have responsibility to care for that which was here for us, our food supplies, animals, the bees, all of that. And so it's our responsibility to make sure that we're taking care of it the way that it needs to be taken care of, and not playing God, I guess, if you will, with nature at the genetic level.
I saw this statistic that currently over 70% of processed foods contain GMO ingredients, but consumers have no way of knowing because they're not labeled as such. For example, some current GMO crops that are in the marketplace: alfalfa, canola, corn, cotton, papaya, soy, sugar beets, zucchini, yellow summer squash, and the list goes on and on and on. Monsanto and their practices have been banned in, over 60 countries worldwide. So there's a movement underway. There's a movement that's going on globally. There's a movement that's happening here in Central Oregon, and it's to inform and educate, and we're hopefully motivating you to come out and join us on Saturday. We'll gather at Pioneer Park, and we've got a lot of things planned, and we have a couple of speakers that are going to kick off.
Yeah, Billy Johnson, she is from Prineville. She has Windy Acres Farm. She's going to be there talking about her farm, her cows, her chickens, what she offers. She has herd share stuff, so you can access raw milk and raw butter by becoming a member of the farm. You can legally make donations and be able to help fund the farm and benefit from the farm, as well as Jim Fields here in town, who is growing lots of organic local food here right in town, actually right downtown.
All right, so if you want to find out more, check us out. We have a Facebook page,
March Against Monsanto, Bend, Oregon. And if you'd like to know more about the event, please go to the box and click events, and you will see the March Against Monsanto event. From there, you can RSVP. We're going to be having a non-GMO potluck afterwards. So bring your kids, bring a dish to share. There won't be coolers, so please make sure you put it on ice so nobody gets sick. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a barbecue, so if you want to bring some meat, the grill will be going. Please bring a sign. It's really important that everybody participates in this event and that it's self-sustainable. So please bring forks, utensils, a water bottle. Please bring a sign. We have been picking up recycled cardboard all over town so that we haven't had to spend a lot of money on excess things. We're trying to reuse. So be smart about what you're doing and have fun with it. Don't let it be expensive. Do your part. Even if you can't make it to the march, you can make signs. You can tell people about it. You can inform people on GMOs. Shockingly enough, a lot of people don't know what a GMO is. You won't believe it. Start talking to people. They don't know what GMOs are. They don't know what Monsanto is. They don't know why it's important, and that's why we're doing this.
March Against Monsanto Bend organizers Robbie, Bianchi, and husband Shawn, please share this message with others. And thank you for listening. I'm Doug Donahoe.
Had to spend